Om Gajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmritam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to our ISKCON official YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila chapter 6. It is continued. We have discussed last day how Mahaprabhu discussed with Sarvam Bhattacharya, Vedanta Sutra and Atmarama Shloka, etc. So, verse 134, Mukhyartha Chadiya Kara Gunartha Kalpana Avidhaviti Chadi Kara Shabdera Lakshana. For each sutra, the direct meaning must be accepted without interpretation. However, you simply abandon the direct meaning and proceed with your imaginative interpretation. So, this thing is being discussed about Mayavad philosophy, how it is wrong. That is being established by Mahaprabhu. So, 135. Pramana madhya Shruti Pramana Pradhana. Shruti je mukhyartha kahe se pramana. Although there is other evidence, the evidence given in the Vedic version must be taken as foremost. Vedic versions understood directly are first-class evidence. So verse 136. Jivera stivishta dvi sankha gomaya Shruti vakya se dvi mahapavitraha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, conchs and cow dung are nothing but the bones and the stool of some living entities, but according to the Vedic version, they are both considered very pure. 137. Shata pramana veda satya jai kahe lakshana karle shata pramana hani hai. The Vedic statements are self-evident. Whatever is stated there must be accepted. If we interpret according to our own imagination, the authority of the Vedas is immediately lost. 138. Vyasa sutrartha jaiche surjir kirana shokalpita bhasya meghe karya achadana. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, the Brahma Sutra compiled by Srila Vyasadeva is as radiant as the sun. One who tries to interpret its meaning simply covers that sunshine with a cloud. So verse 139. Veda Purane kahe Brahma nirupana sei Brahma brihad vastu Ishvara lakshana. All the Vedas and literatures that strictly follow the Vedic principles explain that the Supreme Brahman is the absolute truth, greatest of all, and a feature of the Supreme Lord. 140. Sarveshwarjya Paripurna Swayam Bhagavan Tare Nirakar Kari Karha Vyakhyan. Actually, the Supreme Absolute Truth is a person, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, full with all opulences. You are trying to explain him as impersonal and formless. Verse 141. Nirvishesata ne kahe jai shruti gana prakruta nisedi kare aprakruta stapana. Wherever there is an impersonal description in the Vedas mean to establish that everything belonging to the Supreme Personality of Godhead is transcendental and free of mundane characteristics. Mundane characteristics. Verse 143. Brahma ite janme Vishwa Brahmate Jivai Sei Brahme Punarapi Hai Jai Rai. Everything in the cosmic manifestation emanates from the Absolute Truth, remains in the Absolute Truth, and after annihilation again enters the Absolute Truth. Verse 144. Apadana karana adhikarana karagatina bhagavanera sabhisesa eitina chinna. The personal features of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are categorized in three cases, named ablative, instrumental, and locative. Verse 148. Vedara niguda artha bhujanana jaya Purana vakya sei artha karai nishay. The confidential meaning of the Vedas is not easily understood by the common man. Therefore, that meaning is supplemented by the words of the Puranas. Verse 149. Aho bhagyam nanda gopa prajokasam janmitram paramanandam purna brahma sanatanam. How greatly fortunate are Nanda Maharaj, the coward man, and all the inhabitants of Brajabhumi. There is no limit to their fortune, because the absolute truth, the source of transcendental bliss, the eternal supreme Brahman, has become their friend. This is described in Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, I think 9th chapter. You can refer to our Bhagavatam series. Verse 150. Apanipada Shruti बजे प्राकृत पाणी चरण पुनः कहे शीघ्र चले करे सर्व ग्रहण. The Vedic Apanipada mantra rejects material hands and legs, yet it states that the Lord goes very fast and accepts everything offered to him. Verse 151. Ateva Shruti kahe Brahma Sabishesa Mukhya Chadi Rakhanate Mane Nirvishesa. All these mantras confirm that the absolute truth is personal, but the Mayavadis, throwing away the direct meaning, interpret the absolute truth as impersonal. So verse 167. Ladani Sandani Sambi Toyeka Sarva Sansray Ladata Bakari Misra Toyina Guna Bharjite. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is Satchidananda Vigraha. This means that he originally has three potencies: the pleasure potency, the potency of eternality, and the potency of knowledge. Together these are called the Chit potency, and they are present in full in the Supreme Lord. For the living entities who are part and parcel of the Lord, the pleasure potency in the material world is sometimes displeasing and sometimes mixed. This is not the case with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because he is not under the influence of the material energy in the arranged modes. 158. Sachidanandamaya Ishvara Swarupa Tinam Se Chit Shakti Hayatina Rupa. The Supreme Personality of Godhead in his original form is full of eternity, knowledge and bliss. The spiritual potency in these three persons, Sat Chit and Ananda, assumes three different forms. Verse 162. Mayadisa Mayavasa Ishvara Jive Veda Anajive Ishvara Saha Kara Kahata Veda. The Lord is the master of the potencies, and the living entity is the servant of them. That is the difference between the Lord and the living entity. However, you declare that the Lord and the living entities are one and the same. The verse 163. Gita Shastre Jive Rupe Shakti Kari Mane Hena Jiva Bheda Kara Ishvare Saman Ishvare Sane. In the Bhagavad Gita, the living entity is established as the marginal potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yet you say that the living entity is completely different from the Lord. 165. Bhumira Panodavaya Khang Manabudhireva Ahankar Ityam Vinna Prakutirashtada. Earth, water, fire, air, ether and mind, intelligence and false ego are my enlightened eightfold separated energies. Apareyamidastanyam prakritim vidhim param jivabhutam mahabhaho jayadam dharjata jagat. Besides these inferior energies which are material, there is another energy, a spiritual energy, and this is the living being, O mighty and one. The entire material world is sustained by the living entities. This is described in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, 3 or 4 verses like that. So, there are some more verses also. We can take up in the third part. So thank you very much for listening to this lecture, and please don't forget to subscribe channel, like our channel, and get blessings of the Lord. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.